Hi, this is Shaman Weaver Sheila Baker. So, what I've got for you tonight is the antidote for self doubt. And I just did a little teaching on Enlightened Spiritual Warriors. And if you want to join me, there's a link. I have to do see more, but there's a link for you there. Hey, Danielle. Hi, Nancy. How you doing? So, yeah, because when we're in self-doubt, we're not using our intuition, right? So just think about that for a second, and I'll pull some cards. So, Siobhan, hi, are you back from your journey? David, nice to see you. Toddy, oh, that's nice. Jackie, hi, everyone. All right, so let me get busy. Danielle, this one is for you. So the beautiful part about this card is, first of all, it's cups, and it talks about indecision. I love this. So I'm talking about intuition, and it's how it's the antidote for self-doubt, right? And this is the card of self-doubt. So indecision, you have too many choices. But the beautiful part about this card, Danielle, is it says to choose something. It doesn't even matter really what you choose. But what I think is important is to make a decision, make a choice, do that. If it doesn't work out, then go, okay, well, I did that, and now I'm going to do something different. So often when I see this, we're busy giving ourselves grief because we don't know the ultimate answer. Well, you can't have the ultimate answer until you practice and try a few things. So this is the beautiful card of Danielle, decide on something. And sometimes I even make this so silly that I say, decide on the kind of tea that you want to drink. Drink that tea. If you like it, awesome. But if you don't like it, okay, so what? Have a different cup of tea. I used to hate chamomile tea. Okay. But now I find just a touch of honey is really good in there. So sweeten it up for yourself. Oh, okay. Here it comes, Daniel. This is just for you. So sweeten it up for yourself, because the choices that you are making are laying the foundation. They're like the honeycomb for the honey to go into. So there you go. Straight through and to you. Thanks, Danielle. All right, Nancy, this one is for you. Jackie, hi. Okay. Nancy, the high priestess. So what I love about the high priestess, I'm going to put her up close. There we go. She has pomegranates around her. Pomegranates are the symbol for abundance, for fecundity, for having everything that you want. She also knows how to deal with her emotions. They're right here. She sits between the two towers of good and evil with the book of wisdom down here, the Torah, the ancient book of wisdom. She has her emotions right up here, and both the new moon, the full moon, and the fading moon. So this is really awesome. Hey, April, Gillum, nice to see you. So Nancy, it's time for you to be the high priestess. The beautiful thing about what the high priestess knows, hey, Carlos, is that she can manifest anything that she wants. So blessings on you, Major Arcana, God, Goddess, the big chicken in the sky, trying to get a message through to you, Nancy. So love to see you for a beach walk. All right, Siobhan, this one is for you. Beliefs. Okay, so when I see this card, I am reminded that in childhood, we have a lot of things that we're told. And as a matter of fact, this will maybe get your attention. We are apparently told 65,000 times no. So that's by 5. How do we ever get to yes? And some of these things that we're told, they're not really serving us any longer. So, Siobhan, look at the things that you were told in childhood out of the best interest of yourself and others. They really wanted to see that. And look, Siobhan, when I tipped, it's over here. When I tipped the camera a little bit, look what showed up. a brand new day dawning. So you know that I use symbols and all of that for in my work. So this says that there's an old belief that you have that's not serving you anymore, and let it go. Okay, beautiful. Hi, Usha, Roxanne, Linda, nice to see you all. David, this one is for you. Ha, another major arcana. What I love about the devil is, I'm going to put it way up close here. So you can see that these chains right here around the necks of the beings, and the devil can't even sit on this cube. So the only thing that's holding you back are the chains that you're willing to keep there. So a great shamanic thing for you to do is to put something around your neck, not a little necklace like this because I can't get it off, but something that's longer. And then you take it off and you say, I release the chains that bind me. You take it off. Take it off until your arms get tired. By the time your arms are tired, your mind is going to go, oh, okay, I get it. So the only thing that's holding you back are the chains that you are willing to keep around your neck. So if you haven't been speaking your truth, now's the time to do that. So there you go. So Todd, this one is for you. Actually, hang on a second. It's not Todd. Toddy, yes, I knew it wasn't Todd. So Miss Anita Lorraine Smith is sitting beside me, writing down people's names, and thanks you all for showing up. So Toddy, this one is for you. Sorry for messing up your name, but this says you initiated something a while back. This is an 8. This is passion, fire, drive, connection to the divine. So you sent, these are like arrows going out and landing. So you sent something out. It hasn't landed yet, but it's picking up speed. So Taddy, Taddy Jovi, this one is for you. You send these things out, these spiritual quests, I'll say that they are. And maybe they're even spiritual requests. So you sent them out. They haven't landed, but look for them soon. An 8, by all means do this thing and go and look up some numerology for the number 8. It's very powerful, and it's really important that you know about this right now. Okay, there you go. So Jackie, this one is for you. Tira, nice to see you. So Jackie, temperance. This says, bring everything into spiritual balance. So no matter what decisions you're making, where you're going, what you're doing, you want to be in right alignment with spirit. So temperance is about bringing things up to the right temperature so they're mutable. And you can see here that this angel is perfectly capable of balancing on one tippy toe, dangling one foot in the water, radiating love, peace, and joy, harmony, and spiritual beingness, taking the higher path over here to the crown. So be mindful that whatever decisions you're making, always take the higher path. That's a great lesson for all of us, you know. Though sometimes what ends up happening is we hear a little something from somebody over there, hey Ryan, and we begin to pass that information along. It's called gossip. So don't do it, you know, unless you witnessed it yourself. It truly is hearsay. And if you're not there and involved, passing on something that someone else said happened, or so-and-so said that they said, isn't really going to be very useful to you or to anyone else. So as you're deepening your intuition, which is what tonight I'm talking about, you come out of self-doubt. And when you're not in self-doubt, one of the beautiful things that happen is that none of this stuff that's going around you, that so-and-so is doing, and this isn't quite working out, and all of that stuff, it's not really relevant anymore. So hold your own space for your own intuition, for your own deep knowing of yourself. And unless it is Yahoo yes, go ahead and let it be no for a while. Just do it for a week. See what happens. Ryan, hi. Tora, nice to see you. Gypsy, welcome. David, I love it, you guys, when you sit out there and I sit here and we connect in a way that brings exactly the right thing at the right time. So thank you so much for showing up. Okay, and here we go. Gulam, this one is for you right off in front. It's a 5. It's a lesson. The lesson is that if you were willing to lift up your chin and turn around, you would see that 2 of the cups over here of the 5 whole cups are still standing. All is not lost. But so often we commiserate on what isn't working, and we forget that back here are things that are working. So there's a wonderful woman who wrote a book. Lynn Grabhorn is her name. And it's very much about deepening the intuition. And the book is called Excuse Me, Your Life is Waiting. So when we are on the right track, and when we can maintain for just 16 seconds a high vibration about something, then we get to move to more towards the goal that we're getting, that we're working on. So this is exactly, Gulam, what this is about. So don't focus on what's not working. Turn around and focus on what's behind you and what is still working really well. And hold that energy for 16 seconds. You know, we can tell a story about something that happened to us decades ago. That was terrible. But when we go, and we can go on and on about it for sometimes for a long time. But when it's something that is great that happened to us, we can't always get that. So 16 seconds anchors that great high vibration in your body. So there you go. Hi, Gary. I know you know something about high vibrations because that's what you bring to us. April, this one is for you. Patience in the physical world. So you have laid some groundwork. You've seeded some things. Only one of them is ready to harvest so far. The rest still need to do some tending. And, you know, this is exactly the place that is so difficult in life. We seed our intention. We want something. We're working on it. It's coming along. And then we get impatient. So earlier today, I was having a conversation with Miss Anita Lorraine Smith, who you all know helps me a lot. And we were talking about gestating, because we're working on a course, Sort of Success, and it's not quite coming together as quickly as we want it to. So we were talking about the gestation period. So this card speaks to that. It also speaks to the fact that you laid the foundations well. You seeded things in a really great way. So continue. There you go, April. Very nice. Carlos, hello, welcome. Hi, Michelle. Oh, Carlos. So the Lovers, Major Arcana. So in the deck of 78 cards, there are only 22 of them that are Major Arcana. When they show up, I know that God got us the big chicken in the sky, and I mean that with the most beautiful reverence. And there's a whole story I'll tell you about that. Hi, Linda. So when Major Arcana comes, I know that they're trying to get a message to you. So Carlos, the message here is to balance your inner masculine and feminine. So each of us has a feminine side, the left side, and so I'm reversed to you. Using this particular app. So the left-hand side is the feminine side. The right-hand side is the masculine. We take things in through the left, pass it through our heart, and then take action on it. So this says bring this into balance. It also may indicate that you're about to meet someone out there in the world who is your emotional equal. So the more in balance you are, the more you're going to attract that in someone else. So be mindful, watch out for this person or this incident, because it's going to bring you harmony and balance and put you in a place where you're actually ready to take the next step to embrace. There you go. Roxanne, this one is for you. Oh, very nice. This is a happy, happy, joy, joy kind of card. It's wands again, passion, fire, drive, connection to the divine. What this card says is that rest, relax, recuperate, rejuvenate, and do it in a place that makes your heart sing. So there you go. All right. Usha, this one is for you. Judgment. 20. So major arcana starts with 0, the Fool, because only a fool goes on a journey. Everyone else just stays nice and happy in their house and snug and content. This says that you are received all the way through to 21. From 0, the Fool. This says that you are having a thanks for the hearts. You're having a spiritual awakening. So whatever it is that's happening for you is a big wake-up call. You honestly can't miss it, because Gabriel, this angel here, blows his horn 7 times, and he does it loud enough and long enough and powerful enough that he wakes up the dead. So do you think you can miss that? So I don't know what your wake up is, and I'm imagining that you're going to need to deepen your intuition and to listen. So often we get wake up calls and we're like, well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. So this is a call to really listen, to sit quietly, to ask, what do you want of me? And then listen. There you go. All right. Linda Haskell, this one is for you. Oh, the end of a karmic cycle. Kaput, finito, done. Now, this looks a little frightening and a little scary, right? This person is lying on the ground, no life left, in the old way and of thinking. So karmically, you're done with the way that you have been thinking about things. It got you to exactly where you are now, but now it's time for a new karmic path to happen. So this is the end of a karmic cycle for you. So Linda, I'm excited for you. I want to hear all about how this plays out and how it works for you. Congratulations on moving forward. So Sadna, hello, and Rick, nice that you're here. Okay, Douglas, this one is for you. Oh, so this card, the 6 of Pentacles. Pentacles are money and property and tangible things. What this says is be mindful. Over here, there's a scale, right? So be mindful of being in balance with who it is that's asking for your assistance. It doesn't necessarily have to be money, but it is a practical world thing that they're asking. So if you are giving, it's lovely to get that reciprocity. It doesn't have to happen and come from exactly the same person that you're doing the gifting to, but there needs to be, it's not so much there needs to be, but it is useful for you to be in a cycle, giving and receiving, giving and receiving. And so often the person that we give to, they're not the one that returns the gifts. Really, it comes from somewhere else. So look, here's the thing. Douglas, is be mindful of being willing to receive as well as give. There you go. That's your gift for tonight. Okay. Melissa, nice to see you. Okay. Atira. Ooh, the High Priestess, another major arcana. I'm going to put her up close because she's very beautiful. And first of all, she comes from love. Look at that. So she's got, this is her shield. You can think of it like a medicine shield. And up over here, she has a scepter that also looks like Venus, love. She is sitting there out in a field that is fecund. She has enough to give. The beautiful part about this card is it says that your gift, yes, your gift in the world is to nourish and nurture others. You have enough to give to charities. You have enough. The beautiful part about the Empress is that she cares for the people. Her husband, the Emperor, takes care of the horses, the axes, the swords, all of those kinds of things, and feeding his men. She takes care of all of the other people. This is a beautiful, beautiful card for you to know that you have enough to give. And so that's a little bit of a theme right now. So if you're doubting that you have enough for yourself and then to give to others, intuitively listen to who is it that needs my gift and what gift is it that I can easily give. Because sometimes we go for the gifts that we want. We want to give, but they're not the easiest gifts. So first of all, go for easy, okay? All right. Ryan, hey, how are things? I'm excited. Things are percolating right around and along for you. The Queen of Pentacles. So the beautiful thing about, hey Sherry, the beautiful thing about the Queen of Pentacles is she's a little fixated on her pentacle. She's contemplating, she's thinking about it, she's holding on to it. So this, and you know, she is got Aries and Taurus energy with her. Independent, earthy kind of move forward from the feminine perspective. So Ryan, I'm not quite sure what that means for you, but I'm betting that you know. So there you go. All right. Tora, this one is for you. Oh, look, girl. And actually, Tora, I'm not sure if you're a girl or not. So there you go. Maybe you are. But regardless, this is a gift from the gods. Okay? Brand new way of thinking about something. The old way, hey Lisa, the old way, it served you, but it's not serving you anymore. So the beautiful thing about swords, the mental realm, thoughts and ideas, is you can use the same sword to think up something as you can to cut it away. Okay, so there's some thoughts that you've been thinking. There's always thoughts that we're all thinking. Put them into an imaginary. Okay, this is a great shamanic thing, and this is for all of us. So thoughts that we're thinking that aren't serving us, that are hurting our heart, that are causing us self-doubt, they're doing any of those kinds of things, put them into an imaginary garbage bag, right? Okay, cram them all in there. Okay, and then start dragging them along. Okay, and whip the garbage bag out in front of you and cut the cord and let it go. And if they all spill out, that's okay. Don't worry about what's going to happen to those thoughts. Just cut the cord from you to them. We are corded to all kinds of things. We're corded to the person we give our money to when we buy groceries. We say hi to somebody on the street. We're corded to them. Cut the cord. But this one is particularly important for you, Tora, because it's the ideas that are running around that are actually causing you, okay, and this is just coming right through. It's actually causing you trauma. So get yourself a big old garbage bag, shove those in there, cut the cord. All right, Gypsy, this one is for you. Juggling. In the practical world, you've sent your ship out. This one is on its way back in. This one over here has got a little bit further to come back. However, this is no cause for concern. And I'll put this up close and you can see why. There's a ribbon of infinity here. Okay. This is something that this is something that you know well. You're able to juggle the practical world and to actually make it fun, because ultimately juggling is a fun thing to do, and there's no way that you're going to drop the ball. Not ever, because it's an infinity sign. It will just keep being in the flow. Hi, Natalie. Of course, I'll give you a card. Gary Fleming, this one. David Fleming, this one is for you. The moon. So, major arcana again. This says that if you have been emotionally distressed, and who hasn't, this is a trying time right now. Hey, Deb. But if you have been feeling emotionally distraught, a beautiful thing is going to happen. Within the next cycle of the moon, things will settle down. But just be aware that right now, emotionally, you're going to be a little like the moon and the tide, coming in and going out, and coming in and going out. So be in the flow. There you go. All right. Gary, this one is for you. Ooh, I'm going deep over here. Beautiful. Swords, thoughts and idea, the mental realm. This says that some of the ways that you're thinking are causing chaos. See down here, the water flow is kind of chaotic. Over here and across here, they can see their way clear, and it is flat and calm. When you get to that place, it might be useful for you to dislodge some of the old ways that you're thinking, because it's making you think. You're syncing with your thinking. So when you get there, when you feel calm, then start going, I don't need to think that. I don't need to think that. That's not useful for me. And let go of some of those things. So there you go, Gary. Judy, hi. Yep, Deb, I will get to you. Yeah, you're just right over there. About maybe 5 people. Okay, Michelle, this one is for you. I'm going to go deep underneath here and see what I can find. Oh, the King of Swords. I love the King of Swords. He's the only king that is looking directly out into the world. The rest of them are fixated on their cup, their pentacle, their wand. But this guy says, I have an idea. And like the Queen of Swords, who goes, it's going this way, he's willing to put this into practice. And what we know, I'm going to put this up close, okay? You can see over here the butterflies and the moon. So this is it's an emotional transformation, but it's happening in the mental realm. So there you go. Linda, this one is for you. Wands, passion, fire, drive. Over here we have the 3 pyramids: body, mind, and spirit. So there's a message coming for you about this, about bringing the body, the mind, and the spirit together, because that makes a whole human, right? When your body and your mind and your spirit are in alignment, that's my idea of bliss. So there you go. Well, look out for the message. Sadhana, this one is for you. Major Arcana, the Hermit. So what the Hermit is capable of doing is he goes to the mountain. And in shamanic terms, going to the mountain is a vision quest. So you may be, Sadhana, you may be being asked to go on a vision quest. And that quest will not just serve you, but it will serve others. Because when you go on the quest, then what you're going to do is you're going to bring back the light to others. That's what all questers do. We go, we find out something, we bring it back, and we pass it along, right? You can do You can do a vision quest in your own house on any weekend. All you do is unplug all of your electronics, close your curtains, and be in that beautiful cocoon for the weekend. Don't clean, don't cook, so go ahead and get yourself all ready so that you can just be in sitting, in maybe reading, maybe listening to some things, but taking some time and space away from the busy, well, I'll just say the busy world, and you can fill in any blanks that you have that might identify that. So there you go, Sadhna. Rick, this one is for you. Hard work, the pentacles, money, property, tangible things. The 8, this is a wonderful, magical, powerful number. This says you're putting the final touches on some hard work that you have been doing. It's almost ready, but not quite. But the touches that it needs are just those little finesse points. It's nothing deep, and you are going to be so proud of this that you can put this on the wall. So I had a client years ago, and she came to see me, and we did a reading, and this showed up. She was writing a book. So she was putting the finishing touches on the final chapter. So Rick, you might be bringing something out into the world. I know that's one of your fortes, and you do it really well and beautifully. So if it is, then this is just the final touches of whatever it is, the hard work that you've been doing for as long as you've been doing it. Blessings on you for doing it. All right, Melissa, this one is for you. More pentacles. Jaleesa, hi, nice to see you. Okay, money, property, tangible things. What this card says is that you are getting accolades, and that's a word for congratulations, yahoo, job well done, and all of that. So if it hasn't happened yet, be mindful that it's going to, because people are watching what it is that you're doing, and they're appreciating it. So even if you aren't seeing it, okay, even if you're not seeing it, it is in the background there. So know that just because no one's coming up and saying, woohoo, you go girl, that doesn't mean that they're not noticing. And sometimes when we recognize that they're noticing, then they come up and they actually say that to us. So be mindful of that. So Cherie, this one is for you. Cups, emotions, water, mutability. This says that the old emotional way didn't work. It isn't working, and it ain't gonna work. So stack it up, turn around, and walk away. And you can see that there's a moon in there, right? So there's a new moon and a full moon. So it may take an entire cycle of the moon for you to emotionally disconnect and learn a new emotional way of being. And I'd say that was a bargain. And once again, it's an 8. So look up the numerology of 8s, because they're very powerful and useful. And this, I mean, who can't say that? The old emotional way didn't work. It isn't working, and it ain't going to work, because if it did, we would all be fulfilled, right? Okay, so now we get to do something complete, and now for something completely different. Lisa, this one is for you. So I'm going way over here. Oh, girl, you are carrying some other people's burdens. So stop it. And you may not know that they're other people's burdens, because we don't set out to take them on, right? That isn't most of our goals. If we're not like, oh, here, let me carry that for you. It's an unconscious thing. So the way to use this card usefully is for you to either get pickup sticks, and I don't know where you're going to find those, but people have them, or use toothpicks. Get 10 of them. What you're going to do is you're going to pick them up, 10 toothpicks or 10 pickup sticks. You're going to drop them onto a flat surface. You're going to look at them, and you're going to go, are any of these mine? And you can take a few breaths to find out. And then if they are, pick those up. Leave the other ones there. Don't touch them. Get something, anything, and just scrape them off and right into the trash without touching them again. The thing that most of us do is we see and we take on someone else's burden. Then they don't get a poke, they don't get a nudge, they just get a wham in the nose, and they're all surprised about what is that all about. So when you take on someone else's burdens, they have a more difficult lesson to learn because they haven't got the little nuances along the way to go, oh, I should pay attention to this. So we think we're doing something wonderful, but it isn't actually all that wonderful at all, because then they don't get the lesson, and the next lesson may be more difficult for them. So there you go. So, so Natalie, that one's for you. So Deb, this one is for you. 10 of Pentacles. These are not pentacles. The 10 of Cups. Contentment, happiness, joy, blessings. So I know just a minute ago you talked about big changes. So the big changes are apparently going to be very, very fulfilling in terms of your happiness and your joy, and it's going to bring more happiness and joy to your family as well. So lovely card right there. So Judy, this one is for you. Oops, I'm going to go deep into here. Okay, so some of the ways that you are thinking, because swords are thoughts and idea. They're the mental realm. So some of the ways that you're thinking are actually hurting your heart. And no one goes through life without thinking things that are hurting their heart. And in the grand scheme of things, there's really only 3. This goes all the way to 10, right? But there's only 3 that are really troublesome to you. So I would isolate those, and I would do my best to figure out, are these thoughts truly aligned with me, or are these someone else's thoughts that I've taken on, and I'm guiding my life through these thoughts. So when you get to that, well, actually, when you get there and you go, not my thoughts, then message me and I'll tell you the next bit to do, Judy. So there you go. Chelsea, this one is for you. Hey, Molly. Hi, Michael. Chelsea, this is a meeting of 2 emotional equals. So sometimes the meeting of 2 emotional equals is an internal process. Your masculine and your feminine need to be matched up. Early on, when I was doing shamanic training and shamanic work, I found out that my inner masculine was a baby. So I can't remember, my late 40s or something like that. But my inner masculine was an infant. So I needed to grow that masculine up so that it could fully support me to be in the world. So if you find that either your masculine or your feminine is underdeveloped, it will be difficult for any of us in that instance to attract our emotional equal. So however, you're doing it. So a meeting of 2 emotional equals. It may be in the outer world where you're meeting a person, or it may be internal. So either way, it's time for the 2 of them to meet and to come into equality. So yes, Deb, it was a 10 of Cups. You're right. Marcy, this one is for you. So the 9s are completion. So whatever it is that has been troubling you in the mental realm, causing you despair, anguish, and difficulty, you're almost done. Okay, she's ready to get back from despair into movement and action. Always, when we come into movement, it shifts things. So see how it is that you can get back into movement and action. There you are. Michael, this one is for you. The Wheel of Fortune. So if you've been finding that things are going around and around, and honestly, the summer, already it's just like spinning and spinning and causing us to think, to doubt, to be in that place of self-doubt. So here is your antidote to self-doubt, to knowing that we're always spiraling in, and then we come from a place of wisdom, and then we come back and spiral out again. Beautiful card. All right, and Miss Molly, I'm ending with you. Here you go. The Tower. What I love about this scary looking card is that it always comes with an incredible benefit. Necessary destruction for positive reconstruction. So whatever is falling apart, whatever is this is like the phoenix rising. The phoenix cannot rise until she burns up in ashes. So let it go, let it be okay that it burns all up in ashes, and rise up to be the phoenix that you're meant to be. So there's a link to my Enlightened Spiritual Warrior free Facebook group. I did a teaching over there earlier about intuition this evening, and you're welcome to join. There's you have to go to see more because I forgot to put it up top, but join me over there, and I'm going to put I'll put the link in also right down here. So have a wonderful evening. Get outside, enjoy the sunset. Bliss, everyone. See you next week. Bye-bye.